Hi there, I'm Judy. Welcome to the first ESOL lesson of 2021 from the Refugee and Migrant Centre. And this lesson is specially for asylum seekers, but anybody can access it, that's fine. And the subject of my first lesson for 2021 is looking forward, looking back. And looking forward doesn't just mean looking in space, it means looking forward to the future and back to the past. So, we use different verb tenses for looking backwards in time and different verb tenses for looking forwards in time. So this lesson is going to be about verb tenses. And I thought that the new year of 2021 is a good time to look back to what has happened in 2020 and to look forward to what will happen or what might happen. So the difference between will and might is will is definitely going to happen. It's going to happen, yes. Might is it may happen, it may not. We're not quite sure. We hope it will happen, but it might not. So will, yes it will. Might or might not happen. Now then, let me ask you a question. See if you can answer it. What tense for verbs do we use if we look back in time? Have a think. And then the next question is, what tense do we use if we look forward in time? Have a think, and then I'll give you the answers. Okay, so if we look back in time, we're looking at what has passed. So we use a past tense. I'll write that down. Past tense. And if we look forward in time, we have to use a tense that is about looking forward, and it's looking to the future. And there's the clue. So if we're looking forward, we are going to use a future tense. Can't separate my papers. Oh dear. Let me sort myself out. There we are. Okay. Now, past tense, future tense. If we think about what is happening now, this minute, right now, we want to use the present tense. That's what's happening now. So now I am sitting talking to you. I am talking to you. I am making a video. It's what I'm doing at the present. At the moment, I use a present tense. So we've got three main kinds of tenses. But, oh dear, this is English, so you might know it is complicated because we don't just have 1, 2, 3 sorts of tenses. We have different sorts of past tense. We have different sorts of future tense. And we have different sorts of present tense. So I'm afraid it's not easy. So I said it's complicated because we have different kinds of past, present and future verb tenses. And I'm going to tell you what they're called. But at the moment, I don't want you to worry about them because we're not going to do a lesson about that today. Sometime I'll do a lesson about it, but it is very complicated and most English people do not know what these tenses, different sorts of tenses are called. We use them, but we don't use their names. So these are the names. We can have a simple tense, sometimes called the indefinite. So we can have simple past, simple future, simple present. We can also have the continuous type of tense, a continuous past, a continuous future, and a continuous present. Don't worry. We can also have the perfect kind of tense, the perfect past, the perfect future, and the perfect present. Or, just to make it even more complicated, we can mix those two up and have the perfect continuous tense, the perfect continuous past, the perfect continuous future, and the perfect continuous present. And last of all, we have an emphatic kind of tense, emphatic. So we can have the emphatic past, the emphatic future, and the emphatic present. So you might make a note of that, but I'm not going to teach that today because it is very, very complicated and you will need lots of time and lots of patience and you will need to do lots and lots of work to understand how and when to use all these different sorts of tenses. So we'll keep it easy today. So an easy way of remembering. If you see the words shall or will, it nearly always means it is a future tense. So shall or will. I will do something. I shall do something. I shall be doing something. Those words usually means it is a future tense. If you see the words did or was or had, it is usually a past tense, usually a past. So I did something, I was doing something, I had done something. It's a kind of past. So those words mean a past tense. Here's some questions for you. I made them easy. So, if I ask you a question about 2020, will it be in a present, a past, or a future tense? If I ask you a question about the year 2020, will I ask that question in the present tense, past tense, or future tense? And will you answer it in the present, past, or future tense? Think about it. You're looking back to 2020, so that's right, it will be in the past. What did you do in 2020? I did. If I ask you a question about 2021, will it be in the present, past, or future tense? 2021. Now think about that. Okay, I wonder if you thought and got an answer. This is the year we are in now. So 2021 is the present. So some questions might be in the present. On the 5th of January, which is the date today, 2021, I am doing a video. So if you ask me a question about the 5th of January 2021 today, I will answer in the present tense. But most of 2021 is in the future. We're at the beginning of January. We've got the whole of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December, all in the future for 2021. So, you've got it. Most of your answer would need to be in the future tense, and my question is likely to be in the future tense. What will you be doing in 2021? So, here's a question for you. What did you do in 2020? Remember, I said the word did usually meant it was in the past. So what did you do in 2020? Have a think about that. And here's the question for the future. What will you do in 2021? Will, remember, usually means the future. What will you do in the future? So what will you do in 2021 is a future question, a future tense question. Now, I'm going to ask you to write 3 sentences using correct punctuation about what you did in 2020. Now remember, a sentence always has to have a capital letter at the beginning. At the end, a sentence will have either a full stop or a question mark. If it's a question, a full stop, a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. One of those 3 things, one of those 3 punctuation marks has to be at the end of a sentence. So at the beginning, it's a capital letter, and at the end, we want one of those punctuation marks. And I want you to write 3 sentences about what you did in 2020. So remember, as you're looking back, it will have to be in the past tense. And if you want to send me those sentences, I'll give you an email address or a number that you can send them to at the end of this video. And now the next piece of work. You're not getting off lightly. I'm not the only one doing work today. You've got to do some work. And I want you to write 3 sentences using correct punctuation about what you will do in 2021. Will means the future. So again, capital letter at the beginning, a punctuation mark, a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark at the end of your sentence, and they will all be in the future tense, your sentences. So And now, some more work for you. Going to work hard in 2021. We have a tradition in the UK of saying in the new year you make a resolution about something good that you will do in the new year. Something good that you will do in this new year is work hard at your English, so your English is really good. So here we are. I'm making you work hard. Now, I've got lots of sentences here and I'm going to read them. You can pause your video and I want you to write down which sentences are correct. Some of them are correct, some of them are incorrect. They're wrong. You have to work out which ones are correct, which ones are right. Okay? Look. A. In 2021, I went to Italy. B. In 2021, I had a nice holiday. C. In 2021, I will have a nice holiday. D. In 2021, I did not go on holiday. E. In 2020, I had a nice holiday. F. In 2020, I will have a nice holiday. G. In 2020, I went to Italy. H. In 2020, I shall visit Italy. And last, letter I. In 2020, I was on holiday in Italy. Now you've got to work out which of those sentences is grammatically correct. In other words, which of those sentences use the right tense, the right future tense or the right past tense. Some of them are correct and some of them are not. I want you to do that work. Write it down and you can send me all the answers to asylumesol@rmcentre.org.uk. Or you can text this number with your answers. It is easier for me if you email them and I will tell you if your answers are right. But something to remember, write the date on which you do that work, because if you do it a long way in the future, the answers will change. So these are the contact details and you can ask me any questions about this lesson that you would like to. My name is Judy and I'm happy to try to help. And that is it. As I said there, that's all for now. Bye.